Hey, good morning. So today is a day that I've really been excited about. We are in Duluth, Minnesota right now. We are at Red Pine Campground and getting ready to leave. And we're going to head back into Duluth, into the city, start at Canal Park and the lift bridge. And we are going to do a North Shore Scenic Drive tour. This Scenic Drive tour follows Highway 61 all the way from Duluth to the Canadian border. It is 154 miles. And so last night I downloaded an app called Guide Along. I'll try to leave a link to that below. And there are different tours you can buy. I think this one was $20 or $25. And as you're driving, the GPS will find out where you are and everything. And then a guy gets on there and he tells you about the different sites that you're going to be passing and the history. And in this video, we'll try to show you a little sample of that. But I'm excited about this tour. Apparently we go by 8 state parks, see tons of waterfalls, and we drive along Lake Superior the whole way. So it's going to be pretty epic. So we're going to head back into Duluth. We start our tour at Canal Park and we drive over the lift bridge. And there's this place, this big sandbar. When you drive across the lift bridge, you drive onto this like 7-mile sandbar called Minnesota Point. And so we're going to drive that and then come back across the lift bridge, and then we'll get on Highway 61 and start the scenic tour. This is going to take us the whole day, and we're excited, so come along with us. So we are currently on the aerial lift bridge, which is the most famous monument in all of Duluth, and we are heading on to Minnesota Point. And I just wanted to give you a glimpse of our tour guide that we had on our narrated tour.
We are now on Minnesota Point, and I'm going to take us to where the Park Point Trail sets out. This 7-mile stretch of sandbar, commonly known as Park Point, might appear fragile next to the big lake. But don't you worry, it's been around for, give or take, 5,000 years.
But after visiting Minnesota Point, we headed north out of Duluth, and our first stop was Glensheen Mansion. So this is the Glensheen Mansion in Duluth, Minnesota. So this is the gardener's cottage. And then this is the gardens. Erica's a little envious of their tomato plants and how they're getting them to be straight up. Looks like they're held up by strings.
Very nice.
We were told this house cost $800,000 to build back in 1908, which would be about $21 million today. The Glensheen Mansion in Duluth, Minnesota is a stunning historic estate overlooking Lake Superior. It was built between 1905 and 1908. It was commissioned by Chester Cogden, a prominent lawyer, businessman, and philanthropist, and his wife Clara. It was designed by architect Clarence Johnston. The mansion is an impressive 39-room, 27,000 square foot residence that reflects the wealth and the elegance of the Gilded Age. Inside, Glensheen is known for its opulent furnishings, intricate woodwork, and original fixtures, many of which have been preserved to showcase the 20th century luxury. The estate includes not only the main mansion, but also beautifully landscaped gardens, a carriage house, a boathouse, and other outbuildings spread across 7 acres along the lake. Glensheen added additional notoriety due to his sensational crime that took place in 1977 when 2 family members were murdered there. The case received national attention and has become part of the mansion's lore, adding a layer of intrigue for many visitors. Today, Glensheen is open to the public as a museum. Our next stop was the French River Wayside. This is a picturesque roadside stop that offers visitors a peaceful spot to enjoy Lake Superior's beauty. This is where the French River meets Lake Superior. There are over 200 rivers that feed in to Lake Superior. This is just one of them. The Wayside is a popular destination for scenic views, fishing, and relaxing by the lake. Next, we stopped at Russ Kendall Smokehouse. This is a beloved family-owned smokehouse that is located just north of Duluth. It was founded in 1908. This iconic spot has been serving smoked fish to locals and tourists alike for over a century. But we learned we were not fans of smoked fish. But one thing we are fans of is pies. And this is the whole reason we came to Minnesota, was to see Betty's Pies. This is a family-owned pie shop started in the 1950s by Betty Lassard. It started as a simple fish shack run by her father. Today, the menu also features a selection of dinner-style items, including soups and sandwiches. But the big draw is the pies. We each got our own slice of pie that we wanted, and then we took a whole pie with us. We got the Great Lakes pie, which is a mix of berries.
1,000 cubic yards to open up 1,300 feet of roadway. Today, the only people hugging the edge along the old highway route are bikers and walkers on the Glensheen State Trail.
We continued our journey north, listening to our guide as we drove along, but then we had to stop at the Glensheen State Trail and get out and stretch our legs. This is a beautiful path and a scenic overlook that overlooks the beautiful Lake Superior. There are three main tunnels on Highway 61. One is the Silver Creek Cliff Tunnel that we passed earlier. The two is the Larsmont Tunnel that we are in currently, and then the Lafayette Bluff Tunnel. Right now we're at Gooseberry Falls State Park, and it's a beautiful park right on Lake Superior, and apparently has a lot of waterfalls, so we'll go check it out. The centerpiece of this state park is a series of waterfalls along the Gooseberry River. They are divided into the upper, middle, and lower falls, with each waterfall cascading over ancient basalt rock formations. These trees just started growing on top of these rocks, and their roots are crazy. Gooseberry Falls State Park is one of the state's most popular and scenic parks. Beyond the falls, Gooseberry Falls State Park features more than 20 miles of hiking trails that wind through forest, along the river, and to the shores of Lake Superior. Don't worry, I'm filming, so if you fall in, I'll get it. The park is also a great spot for picnicking, bird watching, and in the winter, snowshoeing and cross-country skiing. Now we're heading to Iona Beach. This is a beach that is pink rock beach. It also makes a weird little sound, I guess, when the waves hit it. It is a scientific natural heritage site in Minnesota. So, Pink Rock Beach, Iona Beach. Woo! This beach is a hidden gem located between Gooseberry Falls and Split Rock Lighthouse. This unique beach stands out for its pinkish pebbles that give the shoreline its distinctive color and texture. And when the waves of Lake Superior wash over these smooth, flat stones, they make a soft tinkling sound, earning Iona's beach the nickname, the Singing Beach. We next made a quick stop at Split Rock Lighthouse. Right now we're in Tettegouche State Park, right along the lower Lake Superior, right along the shore, I guess, of Lake Superior. And we are on the Shovel Point Trail. Tettegouche State Park is one of the most beloved state parks in Minnesota, and it offers rugged cliffs, cascading waterfalls, and scenic views of Lake Superior. But we finally reached Shovel Point. This is a dramatic cliff that juts out into Lake Superior, and it offers panoramic views of the lake and the surrounding shoreline. But one of the favorite things we did while we were there was watch people rappel down this massive cliff. So far, this drive up the North Shore has been very scenic, beautiful, right along Lake Superior. And we've made a lot of stops, but right now we are stopping by the Caribou River and gonna see Caribou Falls. So I'm pretty excited about that. Caribou Falls is a lesser known gem, and it offers a more secluded waterfall experience for those exploring the North Shore.
There's a lot of stairs.
A lot of stairs. To get to Caribou Falls, we hiked along the Superior Hiking Trail. It was a short, moderately challenging hike of about 0.7 miles.
Grand Marais is a common turnaround point for visitors venturing up the North Shore, as you plan to make it all the way up to Grand Portage, which I do hope you do. I have plenty more stories to share, including a history of Isle Royal and the mystery of Devil Kettle Falls.
We continued to listen to our guide as we traveled north and made it to the beautiful town of Grand Marais. And then we stopped at Hovland Dock. In the early 20th century, before modern roads connected North Shore communities, the Hovland Dock was a key point for ships. Well, we didn't make it there. There's some islands right in front of us that are the Susie Islands. And then behind those, way in the distance, is Isle Royal. That's about as close as we're going to get on this trip. Awesome little weather vane on the top of this is a moose. So that's crazy. That's pretty cool. And we were at the Susie Islands overlook, but you could also see Isle Royal there in the distance. We finally made it to Grand Portage State Park. This state park is located in the far northeastern corner of Minnesota near Canada's border. Yeah, Minnesota is beautiful. So we are at Grand Portage State Park, and actually when we were pulling in here, we could see the Canadian border. So Border Patrol, everything was there, and so this is a state park that's pretty far north in Minnesota, and we are on our way to High Falls right now, so we'll check that out. High Falls is the centerpiece of Grand Portage State Park. High Falls is the tallest waterfall in Minnesota with a drop of over 120 feet. So at the bottom of these falls is the Pigeon River, and on the other side of the Pigeon River is Canada. So that you're seeing right there is all Canada. Grand Portage is historically significant, especially for its role in the fur trade. The park sits near the site of Grand Portage National Historic Site, which commemorates the location where fur traders from the Northwest Company carried their goods in a portage route to transport furs between Lake Superior and the interior of Canada. After leaving Grand Portage, we started heading back south, back to Grand Marais, where we were looking for a place for supper. We're in Grand Marais, Minnesota, looking for some place to eat. I think we're gonna eat at the Angry Trout if they have a table, so we'll try to find that restaurant here in just a little bit. All right, we found it, the Angry Trout, right on the water. We stopped in the restaurant and they told us it would be about a 45-minute wait, so we decided to walk around and explore this beautiful little town. But eventually it was time to eat, and Erica got some kind of fresh fish platter, and I got the fish and chips. As we wrap up our journey along the North Shore Scenic Drive, we hope you've enjoyed the breathtaking views, stunning waterfalls, and charming stops as much as we have. The drive along Lake Superior truly offers some of the most beautiful landscapes Minnesota has to offer. Next, we'll be heading to the stunning Voyageurs National Park, where we'll explore the pristine waters, islands, and history of this amazing park. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming adventures. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. Let us know which North Shore stop was your favorite. Thanks for traveling with us, and we'll see you next time.